Oregon fans, you remember Bo Nix. He broke your heart week 1 of the 2019 season at Jerry's World. He didn't even actually play a very good game in his very first career start. Think of that. First career start, national stage, big, huge top 15 matchup. Oregon taking on Auburn. And Bo Nix only completed 13 of 31 passes. His team was down 21-6 in the fourth quarter, and bam! He took off. And, of course, that final play of the game, a Seth Williams 26-yard touchdown pass, a brilliantly thrown ball in the clutch in pulling out that game over Oregon 27-21. And now Bo Nix is an Oregon Duck. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. Please like the video, share these videos out on social media, subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. Best discussion, debate, and analysis of the game we all love. Bo Nix, 3 consecutive seasons as the starting quarterback at Auburn, ended with an ankle injury and surgery late in this 2021 season. Bo Nix, a polarizing figure in college football, not because of necessarily anything that he did off the field, all about on the field, because he can look like Russell Wilson or Fran Tarkington on one play and look like a complete mess on the next play. He has cleaned up those issues to a certain extent. That microcosm of his career in that single game against Oregon tells you everything you need to know about Bo Nix's career at Auburn. He went 21-13 as the starting quarterback, and there were moments of brilliance, sheer ecstasy, dynamic playmaking ability, but he also has made some stupid mistakes. The mechanics have not been the best, but have been worked on in the last few seasons, as well as the decision-making. Mechanics, decision-making have been better. So Bo Nix, in that first game against Oregon, he gets the big win. Then he goes on to throw 16 touchdowns and 6 picks. His team goes 9-4. Got a win against Alabama in the Iron Bowl, but lost to Minnesota in the Outback Bowl to conclude that season. Then the next season, 12 touchdowns, 7 picks. And really, it was in that first campaign that he showed us in Game 6. Auburn gets off to a 5-0 start. They go to Florida for a huge matchup with the Gators, and Bo Nix threw 3 picks. And they were horrible decisions. Throws in which he thought he could make a throw, didn't see a defender, didn't read the safety, and this would just repeat itself over and over and over. But throughout most of the game, he's making dynamic plays with his feet. He is a superior athlete that has tremendous instincts and can make a play out of nothing. And again, he's cleaned up the decision-making to a certain extent, and the mechanics he's worked on as well. Pretty bad 2020 season, 12 touchdowns, 7 picks, as Auburn only went 6-5, lost to Northwestern in its Outback Bowl appearance. This season, with a lot of new personnel on the offensive side of the ball, of course, a new head coach in Brian Harsin, Auburn got off to a nice start. They took Penn State to the wire on the road. Bo Nix threw 11 touchdowns with 3 picks in the 10 games that he played, 61% completion percentage, as that figure has gone up a little bit each and every season. Bo Nix comes to Auburn and is reunited with his first-year offensive coordinator at Auburn, Kenny Dillingham, who spent the last couple of years at Florida State trying to resurrect that pitiful offense. Bo Nix leaves quite the legacy at Auburn. 3rd in passing yardage behind Stan White and Jason Campbell. Tied for 6th in touchdown passes with 39, tied with Damian Craig. He is the total offensive leader in the history of Auburn football with over 8,000 yards. He is tied for 3rd in total touchdowns at 57 with Jarrett Stidham and Nick Marshall. He finished his career well, maybe not necessarily in winning games, but he showed us what he is the last couple games he played for Auburn. His second to last game was against Texas A&M, a big matchup in which Auburn still had a chance to win the division championship, and they came up with a goose egg on offense. 20-3 loss at Texas A&M. Bo Nix only 20-41 against that really good Aggie defense for a $153 and a pick. And then the next week against Mississippi State, he goes up and puts out 4 touchdowns quickly, throws for 377, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Auburn goes up 28-3, and Mississippi State scored a zillion straight points to come back and win the game in the biggest blown lead in the history of Auburn football. So Bo Nix, the good and the bad, he now goes to Auburn and replaces a much different quarterback in Anthony Brown, a quarterback that Oregon fans, by and large, were very disappointed in. who provided marginal play most of the time. All right, your thoughts on Bo Nix and the Auburn matchup and how that will work, being reunited with his old offensive coordinator. And, of course, the Dan Lanning era has started at the University of Oregon. Your thoughts down below. Please lock it in here at the Voice of College Football. Like, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe. And we'll see you soon.